Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Incredible Chess. And yeah guys, welcome to the third repertoire of the dangerous Reti opening. And today I'm gonna show you a fantastic chess trap against Reti opening Kann defensive system. So before starting the video, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, then subscribe right now. Okay, so let's start. White starts with the move Knight to F3, D5, C4. Well guys, let me tell you that in my previous repertoires, we discussed the accepted variation when black takes the pawn. In today's video, we are gonna see the move C6. It is the most popular move in this situation and is known as the Caro defensive system. Guys, in this position, we are gonna play the move G3. So, white's simple plan is Bishop G2 and castle as soon as possible. Here the main move is Knight to F6. Knight to F6. Now we are gonna play Bishop to G2. And now black plays the move Bishop to G4. Bishop to G4 guys is the main move. Guys, let me tell you that in this position, if your opponent captures the pawn, then for that video, let me tell you that if you want that video, let me tell me in the comments. Well, I'm gonna make a video of the move D capture C4 in my next repertoire. So in my next repertoire, we are going to discuss the move D capture C4. In today's video, we are going to see the move Bishop to G4, which is the main move in this position. Here we are going to play the move Knight to E5, a very attacking move, attacking the G4 bishop. And guys, let me tell you that if black plays any move like let's say E6, then we are going to capture the bishop. Black takes back the knight. And guys, in the you can see that white emerge as with the bishop pair, and in the long run, bishop pair is a very important factor, and it's white who is having the bishops, and this is a really good position for white. So in this position, it's not good for black to give up the bishop. If bishop to d7, then it's the same case. You're gonna capture the bishop. Knight takes the knight, and after the whole transaction, you can see it might emerge with the bishop pair. And in the long run, bishop pair is very important. So now there are only two moves for black: bishop to f5 and bishop to e6. Not to mention, if your opponent plays the move bishop to e6, which is a very passive move, then he blocks his own pawn on e7. Guys, after playing the move bishop to e6, he blocks his own pawn, and thus it hampers the development of the dark square bishop. So, considering all these moves, the correct move for black is the move bishop to f5. Well guys, now in this position, we are gonna capture the d5 pawn with our pawn. So c captures d5, and now c captures d5. And now the tricky business is gonna start. Tricky business start with the cunning move, knight to c3. Well, this move looks normal, a normal development move, but this is a very tricky move. Here there are some options for black. Well guys, in this position, the main move for black is the move e6, and this is the main line in this position. The move e6 we are gonna cover in some other video. Well guys, in today's video we are gonna discuss some sidelines for black, and there are a lot of sidelines, so let's see each of them. Well guys, the first move I want to consider is the move d4. And guys, d4 is actually a blunder for black. d4 move straight away loses the game. Well guys, can you find the winning move for white, which will shut down black's play? A super impossible move which makes things possible. Well guys, if you found the move bishop captures b7, then I'm sorry, but this is the incorrect move, because this move loses the game for white. Because now black can simply play the move d captures c3 and white is a piece down. You would be thinking, hey, what if we simply capture the rook? We are an exchange up. But that's the wrong thought in your mind, guys. Here black can play a super crappy move c2, and believe it or not, but the white queen is trapped. And thus in this position, bishop captures b7 is totally wrong. Well, the correct move is queen to b3, a super decisive move which shut down black's play. Not to mention, if black simply takes the knight, then queen captures f7, it's just check and mate. So a really dangerous move, queen b3. Also, if black tries to save the b7 pawn like knight to c6, then also we are going to capture the f7 pawn, and that's a check and mate. So black has to save the f7 pawn. So in this position, black has to stop the checkmate on f7, and there's only one move, e6, to stop the checkmate. Well guys, now we are going to simply capture the b7 pawn, and not to mention, if black again takes it, it's check and mate. In this position, d captures c3 is not possible. And now black has to play the move knight to d7 to save the rook. Well guys, now we are going to capture the knight. Not to mention, if queen captures, then black simply loses the full rook. After the move king to e7, we can simply take off the knight to d1. And after the whole transaction, you can see white emerge as a clear rook up advantage and also 2 pawns advantage. And this is totally winning for white. Going back, in this position, black has to play the move knight captures d7. Well, now we are going to capture the rook. Black captures the rook back, and now we are going to capture the queen with the bishop. And now black takes the knight, and now we take it back with our pawn. Guys, after the whole transaction, you can see that white emerged as a clear rook and 2 pawns advantage. So white emerges as a clear exchange up. So we have a rook for a knight, and we have extra 2 pawns, and this is totally winning for white. This is totally favorable for the white. Thus guys, in this position, the move d4 is a subtle blunder. Well, another blunder move could be knight to c6. Well, this move looks pretty good, but this is not a good move. In this position, we are going to simply capture the knight, and pawn takes back the knight. Well guys, you can see that this c6 pawn is very weak. There is no defender, there is no pawn to defend this pawn on c6, and thus this is a very weak pawn, and white can easily target this pawn. We are going to castle, develop some pieces, and after that we are going to play the move rook to c1, targeting the weak c6 pawn. Then we can take a knight to, we can reround our knight and take it to b4, and we can also play something like queen to a4 to target this pawn, and I am pretty sure that this pawn is not gonna be for so much time. This pawn, and computer shows total 1 point advantage to the white camp. Thus guys, knight to c6 is not possible. Well, another move which black can try is the move queen to c7. So attacking the knight. Well, here we are gonna play the move d4. Guys, you can see that the move d4 stabilizes the things, and our knight is also protected and is on a very good square. Also see this d5 pawn is very weak, so if black plays any other move like knight to c6, then we can be an easy pawn now. And if black plays the move e6, saving that d5 pawn, then also we can play something like e3, then castle on the king side, bishop d2, rook c1, then queen b3, and white should have a good game. Well, now I want to discuss the move knight b to d7. Well guys, in this position again, we are going to play the move d4, which stabilizes the situation. Well, now if in this position black takes the knight, then it's a big problem for black. Now we are going to capture back the knight, and now you can see this pawn is attacked 3 times by our pieces, and black has only 2 defenders, and now one of the defenders is also tagged. So maybe if black goes something like knight to h5, then he's a clear pawn down with the move knight captures d5. So that's not possible. Well, a cunning move which black can try is knight to g4, attacking the e5 pawn. And now his idea is when we capture this pawn, then he's gonna capture our pawn, and the position is the material is equal. Well guys, in this position we are gonna play another cunning move, queen captures d5. Well, the point is now this knight cannot capture the e5 pawn. Also we are gonna play the move h3, and you can see that this b7 pawn is also falling. Well, what if queen captures d5? It's a trade. Well, guys, in this position, you have two, so you can do any one of them. Bishop captures d5 is also a possible move because if knight takes e5, then we can capture this pawn. And after the whole transaction, you can see white emerge as a clear pawn up advantage. Also in this position, you can play the second cunning move, knight captures d5, for which most of the people falls. Well, most of the people think that the knight is not attacking anything and so we can simply capture the e5 pawn. Well, that's a blunder because the move knight to c7 and the king is on check and also the rook. So we are going to be an exchange up. Also this b7 pawn is going to fall. And we can also play moves like f4 to stabilize the. Thus, in this position, black has to save the c7 square. So, rook has to come on c8. So, rook to c8. And now the e5 pawn is on fire. So, we are going to play the move f4. Guys, after the move f4, white is having a super position. And this position is clearly winning for white. First of all, we are a pawn up. Our pieces are more developed, more attacking position. We can also play something like h3, pick off this knight, and then we can play g4 to attack the bishop, and afterwards we can play the move g5, almost trapping that knight. Also, we can play something like bishop to e3 and then trading the rooks. And also, guys, remember that we can play something like knight to e3 and our bishop then attack. The bishop is going to have a discover attack on the weak b7 square. So this is a totally winning position for the white camp. Well, guys, this was the amazing chess trap against all the sidelines in the main variation of the Reti opening. Well, guys, today I showed you all the sidelines against the Reti opening Kann defensive system. In the next video, we are going to see the move e6, which is the main line of the Kann defensive system. Well, guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, be safe, be healthy, and keep watching incredible